Hello and welcome to the United Stand, Manchester United versus Club America preview. It feels really weird but exciting that we do actually have some football to look forward to instead of wallowing in a despair of transfer disappointment. But also some breaking news as well. Some positive news that Manchester United will be making a couple of additions to the US Tour squad on Monday. Now, they're not going to be signings. Well, unless something miraculous happens in the next few days. But David De Gea and Nemanja Matic will be flying out after the game on Sunday. So they'll be available for the Milan game, for the Liverpool game, and the Real Madrid game, isn't it? So, yeah, they'll be out for there, which is good. Because the squad's going along the bottom of the screen there, as you can see. And one thing I would say is that this is a very inexperienced squad. I would question what Jose Mourinho actually is going to learn from this squad, to be honest with you. I mean, because it's very difficult, isn't it? A lot of youth, hardly any of his experienced players. When you look at the squad and the experience that he has, how many of those are actually going to be involved next season? Even people like Luke Shaw and Martial, even if they have a good tour, that could only be putting them in the shop window to be sold. Eric Bailly's there. I would hope that he's important. Alexis Sanchez, if he can get out there, would have been important. Herrera, I mean, is Herrera really going to be first choice midfielder when we've got Fred, Matic and Pogba back? The kids, the youngsters, to be honest with you, at best, I think most of these kids, apart from maybe McTominay and Hamilton, because they're smaller, Mourinho likes that sort of player. I think that most of these kids or youth players will be at best looking at getting themselves loan moves, whether it's Twansibi, maybe a Chong or a Gomez. Maybe they can get themselves a loan move. Maybe some of them putting themselves in the shop window. We've heard that Derby are in for Dimitri Mitchell. But what about Club America first? I mean, this is a very good first game for Manchester United, I must say that. We're going to do the watch along tomorrow. Make sure you're joining us, 3 a.m. UK time. Don't know what time it is for everybody, but we will be live with a watch along. Really excited to watch this because for me personally, and I'm sure the same for you, I'm enthusiastic about seeing some of these young players. And I've started my team lineup there. I'm going to go through it in a minute with you. But first of all, let me just build the game up a little bit, because if you've been watching the US tours with us for the last few years, basically the team will change a lot. They will change. It'll be a different team in the first half and a different team in the second half, and that will be consistent throughout the whole tour. So you don't get 90 minutes of one player, which is quite good in a way. Secondly, the opposition tend to do that as well. Last season, the games against the MLS teams were a little bit confusing because they were almost playing their second and third teams, and it's very hard to gauge anything other than fitness. However, with Club America, they're not an MLS team, they're a Mexican team. They've got some good players. And I'll tell you what, they were playing a friendly at the weekend, and Dominguez, who's a Paraguayan international, actually got his jaw broken. Mexican fit football is quite physical, so this is going to be a good test for Manchester United. Their league season actually starts on Sunday, so this is their last pre-season game. But just to get, I mean, Alvarez, if you were watching the watch-alongs on That's Football for the World Cup, Alvarez played centre-back for Mexico. He plays for Club America. They're a very good Mexican Premier League equivalent team. So it's going to be a good test for Manchester United, depending on what sort of players Club America play. But they're probably better than the MLS. They're probably better than that. So it's a real good test for Manchester United, both fitness-wise and a test to these young lads and our fringe players. So I would go back to what are we actually going to learn. I personally, if we had the right sort of manager in charge who promotes youth, I would be quite excited. And if Martial and Shaw were definitely staying, I'd be quite excited. But we'll have to see what happens with that. I think Pogba's bored of Jose's tactics, as Paul Barham. Well, maybe we can discuss that a little bit later. We're talking a preview here. So I've started off. This is my prediction, and it can change quite a lot. So don't worry about that. It will change quite a lot. But what we have got is I've gone with Joel Pereira in goal, and I've gone with Fosu Mensah and Eric Bailly as centre-backs. Now, Manchester United do have a little bit of experience in the defence positions because we do have Darmian, we do have Twansibi, we also have Valencia, and we have Luke Shaw, and we have Dimitri Mitchell, and we have Roshan Williams. So what he will do is, I don't think he's going to pick a really experienced team in the first half and then leave the kids out to dry, so to speak, in the second half. So I've gone with Valencia not starting, Dalot starting on the right with Fosu Mensah and Bailly. And then I think the left back, I'm going to go Dimitri Mitchell to start. I think we'll see Luke Shaw in the second half. And the reason is, if you take the second half back four and you say that the second back half is going to be Valencia, Twansibi, Roshan Williams and Luke Shaw, you've got two experienced fullbacks there, and obviously Roshan and Twansibi have played together a lot at youth football, so that's why I've gone with that. I mean, to be honest, I'm effectively, you know, walking out and it might chuck it down with rain and I might have an umbrella, not have an umbrella. If I can get some of these right, I'll be amazed. But what I'm trying to do is demonstrate, one, as you see the squad going along the bottom of the screen there and we move into the midfield is really, really, really inexperienced. And how he's going to conduct a three out of that midfield, I don't know, because you've got McTominay, Herrera, Pereira, Garner and Ethan Hamilton. So it's quite inexperienced. He could put Mata in there. He could put Fosu Mensah in there, but I think what we'll see is I'm going to go with Herrera, not Luke Shaw. I'm going to start with McTominay, Herrera, and Pereira as the midfield three. That might be a little bit inexperienced compared to what he'd do in the second half, but I think what he might do in the second half is just change it around a bit. Maybe drop Mata in there. Maybe he could put Fosu Mensah into there. There's lots and lots that they can do. And Scott H is there saying, you know, maybe we could put Fosu Mensah there. But effectively, what I want to do is just get a team out for you. So Martial up front. We've got no Alexis Sanchez. Mason Greenwood obviously would be the backup. Hopefully, we'll see a bit of him. Angel Gomez off the left, and maybe Juan Mata. Maybe Juan Mata off there. Or what he might do is he might keep Mata off for the second half for experience. Put Chong out on the right. I mean, that team, to be honest with you, I'd quite like to see that start. And it's still going to be very exciting in the second half. But, as I said, the actual strength in depth of this Manchester United side isn't really there anyway. I've seen many US tours, as I'm sure many of you have, and the squad we'd normally have with no international tournament is you'd have basically 22 senior pros, and you'd have two very different teams playing at 45 minutes each and maybe one or two youth players. We've got completely the opposite on this tour. We've got loads of youth players and very few first teamers. So the team is going to be very experienced, and how Jose is going to construct a team to play against Club America, who actually are going to have quite an experienced team and are a decent team. This could be very interesting from a Manchester United point of view. I've heard some people saying we're probably going to get beat 3 or 4-0 because Club America are good and we're very inexperienced. I don't think that will happen. But it is our first game. Club America have already played a few pre-season games, so we're behind on fitness and we're behind on experience. But I think Manchester United will put in a good performance tomorrow, and to be honest with you, it's sort of a glimpse of what could be in the future with so many young players. There's not many clubs around in the Premier League that can go and put a team out like with Fosu Mensah. You've got Twansibi and Roshan Williams, like I said, Dimitri Mitchell, McTominay, Pereira, Ethan Hamilton, Garner, Greenwood, Gomez, Chong. These are all fantastically exciting young players, and we've got all those players on this tour. So I hope they can express themselves, and I hope that they can take a lot from it, because it's a big step up for them. A lot of these players could have been on the under-23 tour, but they're not. They're with the senior team. They're out playing a prop with the first team, training with Mourinho. So it's going to massively, massively stand them in good stead. And that's a good thing. Of course, we've got Chris Smalling as well, which I've totally forgotten about. I haven't done that on purpose. Chris Smalling is part of the squad. So what that would mean is you could play Bailly and Fosu Mensah in the first half, and maybe Smalling and Twansibi in the second half. Or maybe you could put Fosu Mensah into the midfield and play Smalling and Smalling and Twansibi, Bailly and Roshan. So there are options, and Smalling gives us a little bit more experience as well. Although I know there'll be a lot of you lot saying I don't really want Smalling part of the team either. But for those who's joining us a little bit late, De Gea and Matic to join the squad on Monday, which will give that midfield much more experience, because when you look into that midfield area here, McTominay, Herrera and Pereira are probably our first choice midfield three on this tour. The backups are Hamilton and Garner, who are both youngsters. So we've got very little experience in there, and very little we can do in there either. I mean, you can put Twansibi and Fosu Mensah in there, but it's very inexperienced. So Matic coming back on Monday for the big games against AC Milan and Liverpool and Rome. I mean, that Liverpool game, I know it's only a pre-season game, but look at the business Liverpool have done. Fabinho, he will be on the tour. Keita will be on the tour. They've still got a lot of their players who will be back. I think Salah's going to be back for them because he was knocked out very soon. Mane should be back for them. Firmino won't be, obviously, because of Brazil. But they're going to have a very good team to put out against this Liverpool. And what we don't want to do on this tour. And I know a lot of people saying it's only a tour and it's all about fitness, but also the dangerous thing about this tour is, and it's not Mourinho's fault and it's not United's fault. Maybe we should have had a couple more signings in, I'll grant that, but what you don't want with so many young players involved is you don't want them getting absolutely annihilated by Liverpool, because it won't be good for them, even if it is a US tour. Gerard, I don't have the shirt yet, so I can't do the shirt giveaway. But as Milan says, Jose Mourinho's press conference is at 5 o'clock today. So I'm going to be live in 4 hours just to react to what Jose said, because I expect there will be some things that we want to discuss then. So I'm hoping the shirt will be delivered by then. And then when I've got the physical shirt, I can announce the winner of the shirt. So if you still want to enter, you can do our Instagram page. I don't think the link's in the video description. I think it is. Just follow us on Instagram and like the Pogba picture. The Turbo Warrior 343 says, "Hi Mark, read your tweet about Liverpool earlier. I actually fancy us finishing above them again, since they still don't have a proven leader in defence, and if we get Maguire and Perisic, we're sorted." Yeah, I mean, Liverpool are sort of, the tweet I put out is that Liverpool are sort of, and I'm going to talk about this on the 8 o'clock show tonight. It's going to be a busy day today. So, but yeah, Liverpool are solving their problems and we're not. Doesn't mean that we won't do that, but we aren't solving them at the moment. Imrano TV says, "Jose should kill two birds with one stone by signing Bale and playing him at left back. Keep Martial happy." Well, that was something I did want to say. And Alex442 says, "Isn't the lot injured?" Well, I didn't expect him to be fit, but he's on the tour, so whether he'll play or not, maybe he won't. I mean, we can always play Fosu Mensah at right back. We can play Twansibi at right back. So if he's not fit, he's not fit. Maybe he's just getting his fitness back. But it's good for him to be involved. Thank you to all the mods and everyone that is part of the United Stand community, says Yorak. Yes, remember tomorrow night. Do join us for the watch along tomorrow night. It's fantastic. We've been doing this for a few years now, and the US Tour ones are always great because they're early hours in the morning. It's very, very different to watching Manchester United during the season because it's a little bit more, I wouldn't say more relaxed, but it's more fun, and we get to see I think this tour is going to be great because we're going to get to see so many youngsters, so I'm really excited for that. So make sure you do join us for the tour tomorrow. Really excited about it. Anyway, only meant to be a very quick video. Please do drop a like on the video. Give us your thoughts on how you think we should line up. I think for Anthony Martial, it's a massive opportunity, isn't it? As I said, is he putting himself in the shop window? Is he giving himself a chance to start next season? I think he should be starting up front. We've not really got any forwards, so I presume Martial will play up front, even though I think he's better off the left. I don't think we've got a forward unless we play Martial up front. So slim pickings, really. And Luke Shaw as well. I mean, it's an opportunity for him. It is an opportunity for Luke Shaw, so let's see what happens. Anyway, please do drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm back again just after 5 o'clock with reaction to Jose Mourinho's press conference. So busy day, and 8 o'clock as well. So it's all going on. Exciting times because we've got football and we're going to see some football. I mean, to be honest with you, I can't wait. I can't wait for that first US Tour game tomorrow because I'm sick to the back of the teeth waiting for transfer stuff to happen, and at least we've now got some football to watch. I'll see you all at 5. Thanks for watching, and get your comments in below on everything I've discussed and what you're thinking about the tour. Speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching.